Thanks, Frank.
Thank you.
Moose at Talk Sport.
Hi, Frank. How are you?
Hi, Moose.
I've been doing some homework, actually. I've been doing some research ahead of catching up with you. And I'm found out that Roberto Martinez is the last player to play for the same club he then managed to win the FA Cup. But prior to that, it was two Chelsea managers. Do you know who they are?
Vialli and Hullet.
Vialli and Di Matteo, absolutely. Are you going to join that illustrious list?
Well, we've got Manchester United in front of us, and then Man City or Arsenal in front of us after that. So there's a lot of work to do to join the illustrious list of two.
Hullet did it as well. In all seriousness, this is big for you, isn't it? I know you've got massive games against Liverpool and Wolves to try and get top four, and that might be dominating your thoughts. But in terms of winning a trophy, I mean, your old manager Jose Mourinho always wanted to win a trophy straight off at a new club, and I guess now you're within sight or within touching distance, you want to do the same.
Yeah, of course we do. Of course we do at Chelsea, and considering where we are, we're in the semi-final. We know what's in front of us, and the league is obviously huge as well, as you say. But at this point, you fight on two fronts in terms of on the domestic front. And we have to give everything to try and do that. You know, a club like Chelsea will always want to win these kind of trophies. It's what we've done pretty well, actually very well in the modern era. And of course, it feels like we're in a slightly different position this year because of the circumstances of the season. But we have an opportunity, and it's up to the players and ourselves to make the best of it on Sunday. But we're playing a very good team, Moose. We know that they're in good form, and whoever would await us in the final would be a very good team. So the work is to be done.
And one last one. You've obviously stated, I think everyone states the fact that what Boris Johnson said about fans coming back is welcome. Do you think it will improve the product on the pitch? Because there have been some critics of your game the other night against Norwich and plenty of other games. I went to Spurs Everton, which was hardly a great watch either. Do you think the fact that the players will feed off the fans coming back in?
Maybe, but I think it's a bit harsh. I think we've all sat through some pretty difficult games to watch with 40,000 in the stadium as well, wherever it be in the country. So I think we're probably focusing a little bit much on it. But I think naturally, I think with fans, with the atmosphere that they bring to the game and the edge that they can maybe give it, we might see something different. But to be fair to the players in this period, with short on fitness probably at the start of these games, coming to terms with the circumstances, I think the games have been pretty good in a big sense, and hopefully they will improve, of course, when the fans are back. Thanks, Bruce.
Nick Pewell, PA.
Hi, Frank. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said that he thought the way the scheduling had happened, the authorities had given Chelsea an unfair advantage for this game this weekend. I know, obviously, he was talking about the authorities, so that's not your problem or your making. But do you think that's valid? Do you have an unfair advantage this weekend?
No, I don't think we do. I think we've played Saturday, Tuesday this week. They've played on Monday and Thursday. So we both played two games in this week as it stands. We're in a period where we're playing games all the time, very regularly. And you become play, recover, play again, recover, and you work with the squad as it is. And it's an age-old question. A lot of managers, you probably dig out times when I've mentioned it, but at the same time, it isn't about advantage or not. Sometimes it works in your favour to be playing regularly and ticking over. So, yeah, no, I don't see it.
Okay, last question in this section. Tom Hamilton, ESPN.
Hi, Frank. I'm just wondering on Christian Pulisic, what sort of improvements have you seen this season? Where perhaps do you want to see him grow, I guess, over the next year or so? And what do you hope to see from him at the weekend?
Well, I've seen real improvement in him in his all-round game. I think coming to the Premier League was very difficult because of the physical nature of the league, and we have to remember how young Christian is, and also the summit he'd had. And I think he found those physical demands pretty strong in the beginning, and now you're seeing him deal with those better. I think a lot of that can be credit to himself and how he's approached it. He's worked a lot with our strength and conditioning coach, Adam Burrows, who's fantastic, but they've worked together. So it's Christian that has to take on that responsibility, and he has. And I think physically that's helped him. But also just his talent is coming through. I want probably looking forward to probably see, more of what he's showing in recent time, which is goals and assists, because that's what the best in the world do in that position. I feel he has the capability to do that as he improves. And yeah, that for me can be the edge as his game goes on and moves on levels.